Year 6, 2007, the big year. This was the year that we got to teach Hollywood hunks how to knit. So Scott Baio, Kenny Johnson, Ernie Hudson, Hal Sparks, Kevin Sorbo, Judd Nelson, Tim Daly, Daniel Ramirez, Anthony Anderson, Christopher McDonald, Mary Lou Henner, and Cheryl Hines, and Sarah Clark. It was really exciting. So I got to teach them all how to knit in Hollywood at the Emmys. But before I tell you that story, I have to tell you this story. Captain Underpants reference. So in 2007, in the early part of the year, our lease up in Truckee was up. What happened shortly after that is my friends and I went to this restaurant called Girl on the Fig in Napa. We went there, had a great time, good restaurant, not life-changing. But as soon as I came home, I got my mail and I was flipping through and found a business magazine called Fortune Small Business. I'm flipping through and there's this article, 5 pages on the Girl and the Fig. I'm like, how did they get in here? Like, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like, I didn't walk out more beautiful than I did when I walked in. I didn't walk out any wealthier. Like, it was, I mean, it was a nice restaurant. Anyways, I'm like, damn it, if they can get in this, why can't we get in this? Like, yarn is so much more exciting. It's so much prettier. It's so much more colorful. It's gonna make much better pictures in this magazine. Like, I don't understand why we're not in here. So I find them, I send an email, and I am checking every 20 minutes. I tell Doug, I sent them a note. Like, we're totally gonna get in this magazine. So I'm hitting my F5, like checking my email, like every 10 minutes. Nothing. I can get any kind of response, no auto response, no nothing. And I call Doug and I'm like, Doug, they don't love us. They're not gonna let us in. They don't care about us. And he's like, just chill out. It's been 20 minutes. You'll be fine. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is the end. We're gonna go out of business. So keep pressing. Go to bed that night, totally dejected, totally depressed. Wake up the next morning, get up, check my email, nothing, crickets. I'm just like, this is never gonna work. End of the day, still checking. Third day comes around, and I'd totally forgotten about it. Don't even care, I don't need them. And I get a phone call. Hi, this is Fortune Small Business. This is an editor, and we're very interested in writing an article about you and profiling you in our next issue of Fortune Small Business. Are you interested? I'm like, yeah. So, guy comes out, takes pictures, we get all kinds of advice. We have a 5-page article full of beautiful yarn pictures in Fortune Small Business. And the next day I get an email from this woman and she's like, hey, I'm a knitter. I just read your article in Fortune Small Business and I happen to be in the Hollywood world and I'm setting up a swag suite for the Emmys coming up next month where we give gifts away to Hollywood celebrities. And I wanted to know if you wanted to be there. And we said, yes, absolutely. Did the swag suite and just had an amazing year. That year, I was also introduced to one of my now best friends in the industry named Miguel. And he and his wife, Lisa, started a business called Misty Alpacas. Miguel grew up in Peru, brilliant man. And his family for generations and generations and generations have lived way up high in Peru and have had alpaca ranches where they shear the alpaca, they make all kinds of stuff, and they started making yarn a while ago. And hand dyeing it, you know, all the ladies in the village all come together and they paint. It's not hand dyed, it's literally painting. So Miguel and I started our friendship back then, and actually I think I'm going to Peru in a few months to spend a week with Miguel and his family and maybe shear some alpaca myself. And if you want a secret, I think we might be opening up the trip to a few other people. So if anybody's interested in joining me, let us know. I might be going to Peru and India.